There's a significant risk that Israel will restart the war with Iran in the next couple of weeks or months, and the United States risks getting dragged into that war once again. The Israelis had three objectives with their war. The first one, get the United States and Iran into a direct confrontation. They had tried to do that for more than 20 years. For the first time, they succeeded. But the two other objectives were not achieved. They were trying to decapitate the Iranian regime, and though they had some significant successes in the first 24 hours, they never managed to disrupt the Iranian command and control. And instead, the Iranians started to fire back with missiles penetrating Israel's layers of air defenses. The third objective, which is probably the most important one, is to reduce Iran into another Syria or Lebanon, a country that Israel can bomb at will with impunity without US involvement. This required not just air superiority, but to really degrade all levels of Iranian deterrence and then make sure that Israel continues to what they call mow the grass every couple of weeks or so to make sure that the Iranians can never rebuild any capacity to pose a challenge or a deterrence against Israel. But having started the war, the Israelis now feel the pressure that they have to continue it. They cannot allow the Iranians the time to be able to rebuild their air defenses or to buy new and better ones. So there's a high likelihood that there will be a war. And I think they are concerned that if they wait till after December, not only will they have given the Iranians too much time, it will also enter America's midterm election season, which doesn't prevent it from happening, but it makes it much more complicated. If you're sitting in the United States, this is what's important to understand. The US is very likely to get dragged into the next war, but it's not going to be like last time. Just a one-off, a bombing campaign, and it's over. The Iranians are going to do everything they can to dispel the Israelis from the belief that Iran can be subjugated to Israeli military dominance. So they will strike back much harder, faster than they did last time. The Iranians have shown that their missile capabilities are far more extensive than was earlier believed, and that US and Israeli air defense systems are not sufficient to be able to stop all of them. And this also means that the Iranians may this time around strike at US bases in a manner that they didn't last time. Last time, as one Pentagon official said, it was a polite response because it was all about ending the war. This time around, it's likely going to be much worse. It's not going to be about ending the war, it's going to be about winning the war. And we know now that the Iranians have missile capabilities that can penetrate all layers of Israeli and American air defense systems and can lead to a large number of American deaths. So we will once again have Americans coming home from the Middle East in coffins. It does not lie in the interest of the United States to get dragged into yet another disastrous war in the Middle East. Trump promised that there would be no new wars. Trump promised to bring troops home from the Middle East. This is going in the opposite direction. To be able to achieve and fulfill his promises, he needs to negotiate a deal, and that was moving forward until the Israelis bombed the negotiating table. There are spaces for compromise on this issue. It should be pursued because it lies in the US's interest, not just because it avoids this war, but because it helps Donald Trump fulfill the promise of actually getting US troops out of the Middle East and back home. If either side pursues capitulation of the other side, the American side demanding zero enrichment, or the Iranians demanding something completely unachievable, there will not be a deal. There will be a confrontation. It's the fastest track towards actually getting to war.